This is Mick Foley, and you are now somewhere in the ring. Have a nice day.
The following podcast is scheduled for one recording with no time limit. Making their way down to somewhere in the ring, Andrew Sanford and Ryan Sprague.
Like that, just the other day, I was just texting. Oh, I almost fell.
Oh my God!
That's how long it's been. That's how
life is worth living. Don't jump. Don't.
I was just trying to lean. I was just trying to lean forward to talk too loudly into my mic, and I almost.
Don't step off that ledge, my friend. You can cut ties before the lights. It is so good to see you. It's been a month, and here we are.
Good to see you too. Yeah, a little like a forced hiatus. You and I have been busy.
Oh my God, man, we're like
doing stuff.
Ping pong. Yeah, I know. Well, all good things, mostly, but
you look great, by the way.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I just got a haircut in preparation for heading to London Comic-Con this weekend. So I'll be.
So you got your haircut now? Why wouldn't you wait until I don't have my hair is very curly, so I don't know. Like you can tell a difference very quickly.
Yeah.
So you do it that far in advance, huh?
I do.
It looks nice.
If you're watching on YouTube, like the sides and the back, they get cut so short that I just straight up look like a white nationalist. So I like to grow it out just a little bit more, so it's not as Hitler Youth looking.
Yeah. You're not going
and
for
I'm being completely honest.
No, I get you. You're not going for Richard Spencer chic.
No, I don't want to get
that guy doing. Yeah.
Whatever happened?
He was no longer a novelty. Like I feel like we have so many people that are loudly and proudly spouting the stuff that he's like a drop in the bucket now. Bad problem.
And you know what? I was gonna say, and he's like tame compared to what we have today. So
it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh boy. Look, we wouldn't be back in the swinging things if we didn't start with a complete non sequitur. I am Andrew Sanford. This is Ryan Sprague. This is Somewhere in the Ring, a podcast where we talk about pro wrestling. And here we are to talk about pro wrestling.
I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. There's been a lot that I've wanted to talk about. There's been a lot just in the last few days that has come out that I've wanted to talk about. We've each come with our own topics. I will say there's two that I purposely didn't add because I feel like we're going to talk about them no matter what. Since we talked about it beforehand. Like a lot has been going on in WWE. A lot has been going on in AEW. Like it's huge. It's a good time for pro wrestling. Lots of fun storylines popping up. Lots of forced hands. Lots of things having to happen because there was no other alternative. It's crazy.
That is the glory of a live show that goes on at least twice a week. Is these things happen? They have to adapt. They need to change the story. And what better way to do that than with AI? I had to. I went for the jugular with that one.
That was great. I look. You're okay. So let's just get right into it. Topic number one.
Do it.
As two people who have applied to be writers in WWE within the last year, it was pretty depressing to learn that WWE has been implementing AI into their storytelling procedures. Now, I will say this, it went from, I feel like they're doing a little damage control right now because it went from, they started testing it out to like, oh no, they've been using it for years, but just to like look up like nostalgic stuff, like they used nostalgia as an excuse. The rumor came out that like they were using it to find things to make references to and stuff like that, which is not a terrible use. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those weird,
that,
I have to use like a spell checker that's more or less AI. Like and those that's been around for years. So it's hard to judge certain aspects of things. But with the details coming out that they are like using them for storytelling purposes and are going to ramp up using them from storytelling purposes, and that there is someone within the company whose name I forget who like is
right here. Let's name and shame Mr. Cyrus Kausari is the new director of creative strategy. There you go. That's a title for you. Basically, me chatgbt.com for this guy.
Blurg.
I don't know
man.
what this like you said, dude. Like there is, and we know people who have written for WWE who do write for WWE. Like you said, we both applied for the job, and I would kill for this opportunity. And to hear
still
now,
would.
Yeah.
Making that clear. But I'm not going to not be critical.
We're not waving the white flag.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But it's just I wish they would have thought of how this would look with this getting out to the public.
Oh, I'm sure they did, which is why it's there. Like even the like having his title be like strategic creative strategies or whatever. Like this idea that they're now like, oh well, we were using it for something else. Like I think they do know how bad it would look. I also think it's something where they have to keep so many things secret within inside that company that. Like, I guarantee you that there are a lot of people, and sorry, I guarantee my guess, because I have not spoken to anybody at WWE about this. There's not a single, this is the first we're talking about it, and I've been working all morning, so I'm tired. Like, this is not a me, oh, I got the hot scoop. I would not be surprised if there are writers at WWE or other creative people at WWE who also first learned about this from the reports.
Yeah. I mean, there are wrestlers who have learned about their contracts not getting renewed from reports before they even hear things. So that would not surprise me either, man. I mean, end of the day, like, you know, this whole AI thing is a debate that has been going on for a long time. Other companies are using it. The film industry is using it for things. WWE has been using it for I would imagine, their graphic art stuff.
I saw, Wrestling Observer, which screw that noise, that sucks. And also, like, Wrestling Observer pulled up like a title card. It was like Punk and Gunter, and it's like they're just not moving like human beings. Like they just don't it just looks terrible. It looks terrible. And coming off of a weekend where the leader of this country was using it to drop feces on the millions of people that were protesting him this weekend. Like it is the equivalent of the Chimpokemon episode of South Park. If you're familiar.
Good reference.
Thank you. Where to make Chimpokemon unpopular, all the parents of South Park start fangirling out about it. Like it feels, I almost want to I'm not going to thank anybody. Somebody in that kind of position with that kind of ill will against them, using it so openly and so disgustingly and disdainfully, and making people that work under him defend it, which they have done, is embarrassing. So it's only going to make that worse. It's only going to add to the stigma. So thanks, I guess. But yeah, it's no good. It's no good. It's also something, because I think we can roll this right into our next topic too. One of the best things about wrestling storytelling is when they're able to surprise you, right? When they're able to pull a surprise. We saw it with Seth Rollins earlier this year, and we saw it with Seth Rollins again just last week.
Yep.
And we'll probably, I'm excited to see, we're filming this the day of on a Monday, so Monday Night Raw will happen tonight. Presumably they will address what we're going to talk about. But we don't know yet, but it's these swerves, these mixes, these matches, these having to deal with things at a moment's notice that make wrestling very special and make pro wrestling storytelling very special. And I just don't think a computer is going to be able to replicate that. I don't believe that an aggregate machine is going to do anything for wrestling storytelling that isn't just going to feel like stale and old. And that's for a kind of storytelling that can already fall into those trappings with humans, because it's hard.
Yeah.
Because again, they're doing a weekly show. Because again, they're having to pull from older sources. Because again, they're dealing with human beings who, like, Jacob Fatu was supposed to wrestle Friday night, and he's out for months with like a dental injury, apparently.
Right.
Like, oh no, sorry, wait. No, it was an unrelated wrestling injury, and then that got out there, and people were like, he's going to be gone for the foreseeable future. And then I believe it was cleared up that it was something dental related, and he will be back by like early December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either way, they had to then pivot that night with another big thing that we might talk about. So I don't want to get into it that night. Right now. So I just, yeah, it's disappointing. It's upsetting. And it makes me less than optimistic about there have been many worrying signs over the last few months about TKO's purchase of WWE.
Yes.
With ticket sales skyrocketing, or not ticket sales, ticket prices skyrocketing, going to Saudi Arabia for a WrestleMania, having one of the heads of TKO be like, you know what, families, the old guy used to focus on families, and we want to get people in. They're not maximizing profits or whatever, not just dumb stuff. Dumb that is just business first, money first, and then like the business of pro wrestling second. Like
there will come a point, man. Exactly. And Bully Ray has talked about this a lot. There will come a point. What it feels like they're doing is they're pushing the boundaries as much as they can, but there will come a point where the base WWE fandom will reject all of this and stop buying tickets, stop watching. And right now they're in this weird stage where they're like, let's go a little bit closer and see how much more we can charge per tickets, and then let's see, how many people are willing to buy those or not. Or like you said, when it comes to all these other dumb choices that they're making strictly for money purposes. I mean, end of the day, it's a business. We understand they're trying to maximize profits, but there will come a point where your audience will turn on you. It is bound to happen. And then that's when I think TKO will be like, we're out. We're just going to sell WWE to the next highest bidder. And then who
Stephanie
knows
McMahon.
from there?
Honestly, the upside is that I do think places like MLW are getting more traction now. Defy is having like a rebrand. They're popping back up. AEW is doing very well. And I think the once streaming numbers start being factored into, like, I think that's going to be very relevant. But then again, who knows what's going on over at Warner Brothers? So that's a house of cards that could fall over very easily as well.
Very easily.
That being said, right-wing billionaire possibly purchasing Warner Brothers doesn't hurt the wrestling's chances necessarily.
Good point.
It just means a lot of those wrestlers might not going to be able to say the things that they used to say or that they currently say anymore.
Exactly. And bye-bye to James Gunn's new DC universe. Yeah.
See, that I would be, that I'm a little bit more, I think that could survive. I think the IP is part of it. I do think that, I think that I could see a world where maybe he himself gets replaced and they try to just keep pushing things forward. But I also wouldn't be surprised if, Superman did very well this year. Peacemaker's doing well. Like there's they've got Lanterns coming out. I think that is part of the purchase, part of the value even.
Gotcha. Hey, there you go.
Who knows?
Who knows, buddy? Awesome. Well, you did mention AEW. If you don't mind, I would love to cover Wrestledream very quickly with you.
Oh, please, have at it. Oh, yeah, because that's great because there is one. Go ahead.
Well, I was not able to watch, admittedly, but these were two of the things that really stood out to me when I watched the highlights. Mercedes Moné went against Mina Shirakawa for the AEW TBS Championship and the Ring of Honor Interim women's TV titles. So it was a winner take all situation,
Do
which
you
was
know
interesting.
that is interesting? Interim meaning what exactly?
I don't know what that really means. I guess like maybe the title had to be vacated and
Huh?
someone
Can come
basically
back and challenge or something.
or something. Yeah, I'm
Interesting.
not
Okay.
exactly sure. I haven't been following too closely, but it was a very hard fought match from what I saw of this Japanese strong style with Mina versus, Mercedes Monet's more what we're used to, technical
Sure.
wrestling and her WWE style, as it were, now AEW. But Mercedes Monet would go on to win the match and become the champion. And now, dude, she is currently holding 12 titles across all different
Cool.
companies.
Cool.
Mercedes Monet
Hell
is
yeah.
12 titles in. So I have to ask you, there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of discourse in the wrestling community about this, what they're doing
Mhm.
with her, going to all these different companies, snatching up all the titles, and just loud and proud CEO killing it all across the
Sure.
wrestling universe. But then the other half are saying these titles could be going to like new faces, to
Mhm.
new wrestlers, to build these people. Instead, they're doing this stupid gimmick with her of getting her all these titles across all different brands and companies. So what do you make of this thing they're doing with Mercedes Monet?
I think there's like good and bad, right? Like I love seeing a woman of color get valued as like so highly. Like
Yeah.
I love that she's gone over there and been one of the few WWE. I guess not few, but like she was one of the biggest. Like her jumping over there was one of the biggest things to happen in since AEW started. That was one of the
Biggest
biggest like free
payday, I
agent
think,
swaps.
ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like people like her and Swerve, Cody going to WWE. Like there are these people that they are able to find value in that WWE just could not understand for whatever reason, right? And that doesn't always work either.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people they bring over, and then they're like, "Yeah, I didn't really know what to do with them either." Like Andrade's back. What's he doing? Nothing. Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna hold on to that for later, but it feels relevant now. Like they were like, "Oh, everybody's like, oh, thank God, Andrade got to go back to AEW." Wrestles like one match, has not been seen since, unless he popped
Yeah.
up at WrestleDream. Like it's just that I like at a time when you have two wrestling companies doing as well as they are. I think that's like the juice, like right, like that's fun to see. Like okay, who can like prove the other people wrong? The Hurt Syndicate's still going. That was the correct move, and they were smart
Yeah.
to do that. That's a good group, right? Like so, there's fun
Absolutely.
stuff like that. But and with Monet, I'm just like, yeah, let her get that bag. If it was like 3 belts, I'd be like, come on, like just give what something about having her have 12. It pushes it into an extreme that I think is very fun.
It's hilarious.
Yes, it presents a challenge in the sense that she's just gonna lose 12 matches in a row when it's time to lose those belts.
That's what I'm like. Or are they going to do one match in like winner takes all or something?
Sure.
Like, could you imagine if you were that wrestler to do that? It would be like whoever's going to wrestle Cena last. You would be written into the history books of beating Monet to become the 13th title winner or something like that. It would be really interesting. I'm really interested to see where this is all going, like what the end game is with it.
Exactly. Like, I think that's mainly what I want to get to, which is just like they have painted themselves into a corner that I'm excited to see them paint themselves out of. Like, that's the fun. That's the fun of writing sometimes. Is just like, okay, we've gotten ourselves into this mess. How do we get out of it? So, yeah. So I think that by those accounts, I think it's fun and I think it's a good idea. But it could go poorly. Like I won't act like they couldn't screw it. They can't screw it up. Also, if she gets injured, you're just gonna have like 12 tournaments or 12 little like matches. Like it's such I think it's really fascinating. I both agree and disagree with those titles could be lifting somebody else up kind of a situation. It's the same with like Ring of Honor is now like a subsidiary of AEW, and TNA has more or less become a subsidiary of WWE. So you have to build to these kind of moments. Like they just have to make it work. They have to make it important. They have to make it Mike Santana beating Trick Williams for the TNA title. Like they have to find a way to, when they bring it home, make each one meaningful. Not impossible, but very difficult.
You hit the nail on the head, man. I think this is going to put prestige on all of these titles when they eventually do go back to the companies that they do represent. And it's going to be a huge moment for whoever gets the title back to the company where it so rightfully deserves to be. So, yeah, I think that's a really, really good point that you bring up. She's not only building up people in AEW, she's now building up people in all these random indie companies as well. And that's what a true professional does, is they put people over. And Monet, no matter what you think of her as a wrestler, as a character, as a person, like she's done the work. She deserves the amount of money that she's making. And I think it's amazing what she's doing for the women's division. She's only making the women's division stronger by doing this. She no longer is the champion, every champion in AEW, which is important too. She's champions in other companies. So I think it's cool.
Which just brings attention to those companies.
Exactly.
I will not pretend that attention is always great. The TNA stuff has ebbed and flowed. But when the end game works as well as, again, someone like Mike Santana, having Mustafa Ali come back in NXT and working off of that stuff, like they are taking advantage of it in a good way. And I think AEW absolutely has the ability to do the same with her. And at the same time, they're making her unique and special. I like the thing that I think AEW catches the most flack for all the time is making superstars. They don't really make superstars. They get superstars. They get them from elsewhere. They get people that are maybe like close, and then they'll push them over the cusp, like somebody like a Swerve Strickland. And MJF is like the exception that proves the rule, I think. But they don't. This is them trying to make her more of a superstar for them. Like, and to be fair, again, loaded deck. She is already a superstar. But use that to your advantage. Treat her like one. And I think that's what they're doing.
I think you're right. I love it. The other big thing was the main event of this pay-per-view, which is an actual pay-per-view. I said it right for once, not PLE. AEW still does pay-per-views. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley for the main event. This was an I Quit match. Darby Allin took a... Oh, my God. Did you see any of this?
I only saw them lean on what has become almost like a stereotypical storytelling device in Marvel Comics. That was all I saw, which... which I'll reveal in a second. What was that? Why did he take a nasty bump? Did Darby Allin do something crazy?
So many. Darby took so many bumps in this match, dude. Like, I felt so bad. And no. You know what? I don't feel bad for him, because that is this man's life. He puts his life at risk every time he steps in the ring, every time he climbs a freaking mountain, whatever he does. Like, he's always looking for that next life-risking moment. And there were a few in here where he got thrown into the announce table and it looked like he shattered every bone in his body. Bunch of chair shots.
Of course, classic.
You know, this barbed wire was involved, tearing off flesh, all that good stuff. Yep. But the big one was they brought a full fish tank into the ring, and Moxley proceeded to drown Darby Allin in the fish tank.
Okay.
I don't know. The look on your face says it all. I don't know where the fish tank came from. I don't know why they were like, okay, I quit match.
Can't just get a
Fish
bucket.
tank.
Like, I don't.
No, yeah. No, this was an aquarium, dude. Same aquarium I had for my turtle, Cody, when I was 12 years old. And then I couldn't take care of Cody anymore. So I donated Cody to my science class in high school. So Cody went to live at my science class. And
Is he still there?
he's probably the thing's
Turtles
ancient.
live a long ass
Turtles
time.
live forever.
Yeah.
He's probably still there. Same aquarium, same tank, whatever you want to call it. Wow, that was a trip down memory lane. Sorry about that.
I feel like you triggered yourself.
I think I have to go get Cody. I need to go get Cody
You
back.
gotta go rescue him. Yeah.
But yeah, so
close.
that happened.
Mhm.
And then I'll let you take it from here because I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say. Who comes to the rescue of Darby?
Old man Sting. Like, I almost appreciate his Uncle Sam looking ass coming out there
Oh my God, dude.
without the
That's
jet
weird.
black hair dye and whatever. Like, he looks like Robert Englund's character from House of a Thousand Maniacs. Like, he looks like, or is that what it's called? Yeah, whatever. Good Lord. I really thought, and I could be, maybe I'm wrong. I thought when he retired, I'm like, all right, cool, that's it. And way to go, going out by your 60-plus-year-old ass, jumping through tables, off of doing high spots, all this crazy stuff, and then
Absolutely.
boom, it's over. And yet, here we are, because just pro wrestlers just can't stay away, apparently, even if they have a nice send-off. And they're just like, you know what? I like my returns diminishing. I like to make sure that I ruin whatever people may have thought about me before this. Like, I just don't understand it. And then he broke that stupid fish tank with his bat. It sounded satisfying. I'll give them that. But when he did that, I'm so glad you filled me in. That's why I was smiling, because I saw that clip and I was like, why was there a tank of water in the
That's why. Dude, okay, so many ways to go with this, and we won't spend too much time on it, but the whole story was like Moxley is still trying to like take AEW away and make it in his own image, whereas Darby Allin and Darby Allin is like the poster boy of AEW. He's AEW through and through, true AEW all the way. He planted their flag on the top of Mount Everest, blah blah blah. The dude loves AEW. This being said, anyone in that locker room could have come to the rescue of Darby Allin because it's AEW. It's the company you work for, like, and the company that everyone loves except for Moxley and his crew, obviously. Why couldn't a
Is it
wrestler?
obvious? Is it obvious? I know I haven't really been watching that much, but I just like, oh God, I really like John Moxley.
I found it just. I just don't understand why they had to bring back Sting to do this when literally anyone who gives a crap about AEW in that locker room could have came out and helped Darby Allin. Instead, we got old Sting coming back for no reason whatsoever, but for a pop and then like a couple highlights on Twitter.
To do his old man Undertaker thing, to do his like, oh man, put that jacket on that old man because it's cold in those arenas. Like to do the whole, like hypothermia. Oh yeah, dude. I'm like, guys, you don't understand. Like he rode off into the sunset. He did it. Like it's crazy to me. And to be fair. And again, no, I've already said, like, I also hated when Undertaker came back at WrestleMania 40. Like, there's just all these things that just make things worse. And I hope to God that WWE, that some of those guys understand. John Cena particularly. John Cena, I'm going to talk to you right now because I know you're listening. Please, 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 please. They're going to offer you so much money, John, like an absurd amount of money. Do not come back when WrestleMania is in Riyadh. Please, please. I'm sure they're going to, I think they're spending like upwards of $250 million of it. They'll probably have 15 of that earmarked just for him. Please don't do it. I know it's one night. I know it's one plane flight or whatever. Please, for the love of God, do not do it. because he is teetering on the edge. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about it here. The AJ Styles match should have been his last match. Honestly, that should have been
incredible.
It made me cry twice.
Yeah,
it made me cry twice, which is insane. When he
why we love wrestling, man.
Yeah, and I just love
wrestling.
I love, and I love seeing these guys get to show respect not only for each other, like with John Cena writing the introduction for AJ Styles, which I thought was incredible, and you can see AJ Styles' face like I'm being choked up thinking about it right now. I love that.
He was
kind of
so
stuff.
like touched and surprised.
It ruled. And then for him to shout out Bray Wyatt later and like really take a moment to soak it in. Was fantastic. And we still have 2 or 3 matches left. I think he's going to wrestle at Survivor Series, and then I think he's got like one random Raw, and then there's that Saturday night's main event. The opponent, of which still up in the air, which I think is very fun. I think the rumor for Survivor Series is Dom Mysterio, which yes, please.
Love it.
I can think of no one aside from my boy Obafemi, which I don't think is going to happen. Because a lot of people are saying Gunther for the last match, which I get. I think Gunther's fine on his own. I don't think he needs it. I would rather see Gunther beat somebody like Brock Lesnar. But I'll take it. And people brought up a good point, which is that Gunther can lose that match and still be okay. So Cena can go out on a win, which I go back and forth on.
Yeah.
So like ideally he doesn't screw things up. That's all I'm thinking at this point. But if he were to come back at WrestleMania 43 or whatever, it would make all of this year for naught. It would be pointless.
Exactly. And he's had a tumultuous year, to say the least. But I think by the end of this, it's going to be all worth it. So, I mean, lesson, I think, to be learned here. Cena, don't be Sting. Do not be Sting.
Don't be Sting. Don't be Sting. Don't be Undertaker. Don't be The Rock. You're done. Stay away. That's it.
Done.
That's it. Don't be Goldberg. Don't be any of these people. Actually, Goldberg hasn't come back yet. He did his retirement. And I guess The Rock never said directly that he retired, but...
Yeah. We'll see The Rock.
Come on, guy.
I have no...
movie did not do well. In Riyadh for WrestleMania 43.
Yeah.
He will be there at the least.
He will. You're right. Well, all right, man. We kind of said we would come to the table with the current state of wrestling, current state of WWE, and I'm sure we might have some crossover. My first one was actually the AI story, so that's one of mine.
Perfect.
But
excellent.
Let's move on to what else has been going on in the wrestling world since we last talked.
Yeah, I already knocked off my Andrade one. I wanted to talk about Andrade
okay.
a little bit, so that's gone. Just because I was never a big Andrade person because I never watched NXT. So to see this kind of like fall apart is fascinating to me because I got no skin in the game.
The dude has gone from AEW to WWE to AEW to WWE to AEW.
I
don't get it.
And he was on AEW within like a week.
Yeah.
And just no one cared. Like that's the quickest, the soonest jump I think we've seen so far. Yeah. No one cared.
Nobody cares. Yeah. Well, what is your next highlight or thing you wanted to bring to the table this week that we should focus on?
I've got 2 left. One of them involves a friend of yours, so I'll save that one. The other one, is the current state of the World Championships for, I guess, the male stars. Female stars, they're locked down. Those storylines are great, and they're not going anywhere. They don't really need to. I guess Tiffany, I don't know. Tiffany's kind of spinning her wheels right now, but
a little bit. Apparently, she's been sick. Some sort of illness that she has not been made public. So she's been dealing with some stuff.
Oh, okay. Get better soon, Tiffy. Yeah, that stinks. Sure. That stinks.
Yeah.
But we got to see again. Jacob Fatu was out Friday night, and then they did almost like a heel turn for Cody Rhodes, or like the mini beginnings of a heel turn.
That was interesting. Yeah. I don't know what to make of it quite yet. I'm interested to see what might happen on Raw tonight or moving into next week as well. But could this be the time they're going to pull the trigger with Cody?
because I think Raw tonight is going to be all about them crowning the new leader of the company, or who they want to be the next big person in the company, which is Braun Breaker. Now that Seth Rollins is presumably very injured, and we had Braun Breaker turn on him last week. The vision has crumbled. It's one of those interesting. I'll be honest. I thought the stable was. I was really excited to see them possibly add Austin Theory. That was a rumor going around that Austin Theory was going to get added to the group, and that could still happen.
I hope so. Give that man something. He's too good.
He's too good, and I think it would be more fun to see a stable that doesn't have a vet in it. Like to have Paul Heyman be the vet of a stable that has 3 young, hot guys. Could not be hotter. Hot, chiseled guy. No, they're not that chiseled, I guess. Well,
but you're right. That is the vision. What we are looking forward to.
Yeah.
Whereas Seth Rollins never quite made sense when it came to the vision.
No,
in my
he doesn't really. Him being the leader of a group doesn't even really make sense.
Right.
It was all kind of like fine, like it's a good enough idea, but it never really clicked for me, at least. I think him getting injured helps in the same way that Bronson Reed getting injured helped him. And I think it will be more impactful if Seth Rollins has to come back and take on the group that he started, like in a similar way to like, one of my biggest problems with the Judgment Day for a long time was the Finn Balor of it all. Like this person who's already pretty much established leading these, and like, it's not like Damian Priest is, wasn't, but not nearly as much as Finn Balor was a former WWE champion. Like I like that if you look back at some of the better stables, and I do not count the NWO in the slightest, like I just want to see a group that is just all kind of on the same playing field, playtime wise. And I don't need an evolution. I don't need now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, give us, it might be more like new to have a very prominent stable who does not have like one of these big already established names, and is instead establishing these names like Braun Breaker, who they clearly just want to like strap a rocket to, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I think whatever's going to go on. So I guess my question for you is and maybe we'll find out on Raw tonight, what's going to happen with the championship itself? Will it be vacated? How do you tackle something like this? We've seen, vacations when it came to Rhea Ripley getting injured and having to do it. Obviously with Proceed with Caution, our incredible situation there as well. Like, what will they do? I know, Naomi, I miss her already.
If I had to guess, since he just there's 2 things. One, I believe there's a picture floating around. Braun Breaker, I think, was wearing the belt at house shows this weekend when they were in Japan. We know that there is a number 1 contender in CM Punk, and I think you just build up a match between the 2 of them at Survivor Series, and you have Braun Breaker win.
Ooh, I love that. So basically, it's almost like the vision, the group collectively has the championship, and now, or it was kind of stolen from Seth.
Yeah, or like we go with like the lovely belt that you have behind you, which like what they did with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, which is just like, one guy just has the belt, and he's not going to give it up until he's beaten for it or wins it.
Right.
And I think more often than not, those guys are usually beaten and the belt goes on the rightful owner. So I think it would be fun to put him up against Punk, have Punk build him up and beat him, and then I don't know, like put Punk against Cody Rhodes or something. Like I've always kind of like understood / never fully grasped why Punk, who has a big enough presence outside of the company, is not in the Universal title picture. I don't know why. I don't really have a good answer for that. So, and I also don't have like the best reasoning for why he should be up for the Universal title. But if they're going to use him for the World Heavyweight title picture, it feels like it should be enhancement to
Hmm.
put over other wrestlers. And I think he's at his point in his career where he's okay with that.
I think so too. I think you're right. Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done a lot since he's come back, and it's
Yeah, but you put that belt on Braun Breaker, and then as soon as Jacob Fatu comes back, you make him the first, like, make them rivals. Just do it. Just go. Like that. Brian Alvarez was talking about recently, which I agree with quite a bit, about how, like, Javon Evans, who cares how old he is? He's incredible. Put him on the big shows. Put him more in the picture. Let him lead the show. Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu could be having Rock and Stone Cold level rivalries right now. That would just be good for wrestling. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Take these guys that you already have and start making these real rivalries. Like, I think we need to get back to a point where I want some new storytelling. I don't need any more of these, like, hey, remember when these guys wrestled 3 years ago? Like, that stuff has its purpose. It has its place. But, like, if you've got these new stars, make them stars. Build that up.
Yep. Create new stories. I love it, man. Yeah. I love it. Well, speaking of championships, I'm going to move to the United States Championship. You probably knew this is going to be one of them. Ilya Dragunov is back, baby. We had a surprise return at SmackDown this past week where Sami Zayn continued his open challenge for his United States Championship. I have loved watching this thing throughout the last couple of weeks. It's been the only thing I've really looked forward to on SmackDown. And lo and behold, the person who came out this time was Dragunov. He's back after almost a year and a half off, I think, from an injury. And he looks incredible. He bulked up. Yeah. He's got a huge neck, chest tattoo he got going on there. He looks like a beast. And dude, this is being touted by a lot of people out there as match of the year so far.
It was real good.
It was on a SmackDown.
Yeah, it was real good.
So good. These two gave it their all. It lasted almost 20 minutes. It was a PLE match if I have ever seen one. And that lucky crowd got it at their SmackDown. And by the end of it, Dragunov won. Fair and square, won the match.
Pretty perfect.
Got the pin. And is now the new United States champion upon his return. Sorry.
You're good.
I glitched for a minute.
Yeah, no, I loved that. I love, like you got take advantage of those returns. Take advantage of the momentum of those returns. Like, that was like a perfect, it was a quintessential AI could not come up with that kind of thing. Like
good callback.
Just is what it is. So yeah, no, I loved it. I loved that too. I'm excited to see where he goes next. I'm excited to see it. It instantly adds some prestige to the title. It puts him over. It brings us, like, an exciting new story to tell. Like, and he can just move on from Sami too. Sami can go do something else. Yeah. And he can move on and start a new rivalry with, I don't know, whoever's on SmackDown in the U.S. title picture.
Yeah. Well, and I should add, there's a lot of rumors out there that Sami actually chose Dragunov to win this.
Cool. That's high praise. That's high praise.
They were looking for what would enable him to come back. What would be a good thing for him to return? And apparently it was Sami's decision. Have him come out, have him take the title from me. Cool. So again, another pro like Mercedes, like Punk. Sami is just like, you know what? This guy's incredible. It was tragic what happened to him. He was just getting, on everyone's radar, and then he got injured. What better way? Put that championship on him. I cannot wait, dude. Prestige is the perfect word. I cannot wait. This guy is incredible. So yeah, that was awesome. I was so happy with that.
Heck yeah.
All right. What do you got next?
This is my last one. And this is, again, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Knowing that despite your relationship with this person, you do not have any insider knowledge. I am not trying to, like, get something out of you that would be some kind of exclusive. Mainly your opinion.
Okay.
You think Chris Jericho's coming back to WWE? Yeah.
I have some insider knowledge on this.
never mind. Don't answer. Don't answer.
No. I'm okay speculating on things.
Okay.
I'll put it this way.
Mhm.
I would like to see it for pure nostalgic reasons. I would like to
Mhm.
see Chris Jericho go out with the WWE, but
Yeah.
I would also be just as happy if he kept doing what he's doing. I don't know what that is. I can't pretend
Sure.
to know whether he's focusing on his music, his acting career, whether he will be returning to AEW. I don't know. But I would personally love to see him come back, even just for not even as a wrestler. I don't need to
Oh,
see
sure.
him back in the ring again. Just have him come back and
Mhm.
do something. Could you imagine a Chris Jericho doing backstage segments for like a year? I don't
Oh,
care what
sure.
it is. Have him
Sure.
come and do all these incredible characters that he's created throughout the
That said,
years.
I
Like,
I think he's too
I don't
proud a
know.
guy to come back and not wrestle. I would
I
say.
think you might be right. Yeah, unfortunately.
You
I
know.
shouldn't say unfortunately. Like the
No.
dude could still go.
He
I don't
absolutely
know why
can,
we're,
and he's.
but
I
yeah,
have been someone who has been critical of him in the past, particularly how he let himself go at one point on AEW, and honestly, that wasn't fair of me, and it's not nice. And I know we go back and forth on like it's a business built around people's bodies. But even at his time where he wasn't looking as shredded as he does right now, he's still an incredible worker. Like he's still great in the ring.
absolutely.
He's still great on the mic. The fact that he hasn't been on AEW in a few months is telling, I think. But we'll see. My big thing is I'm just like, oh, if he comes back and does a retirement type thing, who does he wrestle?
I don't know. That's it
Like,
would
like Kevin
man, that's tough.
Owens is I feel like the only one really left that he was mixing it up with, like had memorable. He's not going to wrestle Kurt Angle. He's not going to wrestle Benoit. He's
Randy
not going to
Orton?
wrestle, huh?
Randy Orton?
Maybe. I guess he would kind of have to. I don't know if they ever really. I can't remember. Did they have a
I
big
don't
feud at
either.
some point?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
yeah. Like, there's no. Oh man, I'm just going down the list. He can't wrestle Cena. He can't wrestle Big Show. He can't wrestle The Rock. He can't wrestle Stone Cold. He can't wrestle Booker T. Like anybody that he could have like
No Edge, no Christian. Good Lord. Yeah.
nobody. Yeah.
Who would this guy go up against? That's a
And
really good
and
point.
now that I say it out loud, maybe not Kevin Owens either, because that injury that he got last year was thought to maybe be career-ending. That
Career
means
ending. Yeah.
nothing in the world of pro
Right.
wrestling. Just zero zilch.
Good point.
But yeah, I don't know. Jeff Hardy, maybe. I guess
Yeah.
he could maybe
Yeah.
come around. Like I don't know.
It's
Really
tough, man.
fascinating. Or
It's
just
tough.
have him like do almost the reverse and be like, I'm gonna wrestle everybody. Maybe he's got a new list where he gets to wrestle all the people he hasn't gotten to wrestle before. You know.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah, who knows? The possibilities are endless with Jericho. He is constantly reinventing himself. So I have no
Mhm.
doubt if they did bring him back, it would not be just Chris Jericho. It would be something special. It would
Oh
be
yeah,
something unique.
yeah,
He would find a way to make it work inside the
yeah.
ring and maybe outside of it too. So yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. The future is uncertain, and it always is when it comes to Chris Jericho for sure. And I love that. I love that he keeps us on our toes. You mentioned Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Now, we had perhaps one of the most emotional reunion matches take place recently. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Let me get through this because I cried. You cried
Good.
at a match. I cried at a match.
That's fair.
The Hardy
Yeah.
Boys.
I cry at
Right.
car commercials, but sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
I've done that too, buddy. You're not.
Yeah,
alone.
yeah.
You're not alone. I've cried at Folgers commercials. Anyway.
Specifically the incest one. Go ahead. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Oh my God. I forgot about that one. Oh, good Lord. Well, speaking of incest, we had the Hardy Boys. No, I'm kidding. Good Lord. The Hardys
Oh,
went up.
God.
Dude,
Nothing.
you
Keep
brought
going.
it
I
up.
actually think they are being called the Hardy Boys now, which I thought
they?
was interesting. I'm like 90% positive because I saw like the end, the handshake, the two of these people look like they're in better shape than the other two of these people. No offense, again, no offense. It's whatever.
Come on.
Two of them were very sweaty and out of breath, and the other two looked like they had just wrestled a match.
And could go another 20 minutes. Yeah. All right. The Hardys went up against the Dudleys for one last match at TNC's Bound for Glory. This happened on October 12th. Hardys took on
TNA's Bound for Glory. Did you say TNT's Bound for Glory?
I said TNC. I don't know what the hell that is. TNA. TNC. Interesting. This was a one final table match is what it was called. And this is for the TNA and NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. This was a nostalgic back and forth, classic spots. It was a little scary to see some of these guys in the ring again, but it was an awesome match. It was a really fun match. Spike Dudley made an appearance at one point. Yeah,
cool,
dude, it was
cool.
awesome.
Good for him.
It was awesome. And by the end, this match ended with Bully Ray going through a table for the Hardys to win both the championships. And then the Dudleys did this awesome thing, dude. They took off their boots, and instead of leaving them in the ring to retire, they handed the boots to the Hardys. Like, guys,
pretty sweet. I hope they wear them. I hope they wear them.
I hope
forward.
they do too.
I think that would be pretty cool.
And they looked very surprised at that moment. They looked very touched by it. All four of them hugged, and the Dudleys went off into the sunset.
Cool.
Dude, it's just pure nostalgia bait, and it was awesome, and I loved it. And they all cried, and I cried, and this again is why I love wrestling. So yeah, awesome. Sweet. Wrestling is so good. I love what we do.
And hey, I like the idea of like wanting to put take a match to put a definitive stamp on your career.
Yes,
I think that's cool. I can always get behind wrestlers trying to go out on their own terms. I'm a big fan of that. Here's a question for you: was there a 3D, and did someone kick out of it?
I believe there was. I'm pretty sure there was a 3D at one point. The kick out, I don't remember.
Yeah, they're very protective about that. And they've talked about that recently. Like how they do not.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I totally respect that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If they're going to do it. Yeah. Like kicking out of Paul Walter Hauser was talking, actor turned professional wrestler.
Love that guy. Love him.
He's pretty rad. Was talking recently about how
Mole
he's
Man,
just
right? He's Mole Man, isn't he?
He was Mole Man. He was in the new Naked Gun this summer too. He had a good summer. Yep. But he was talking about how too many people kick out of finishers, and I don't disagree with that, especially with the we didn't even get a chance to get into it. Maybe next time. The Seth Rollins Cody Rhodes match that almost ruined that pay-per-view for me, Crown Jewel for me. That match was so long. It was so friggin' long, and it just didn't need to be. And at a certain point, I'm like, okay, cool. Nobody's finisher means anything anymore. Forget them all. Forget it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, where do you go from here? Just have them have a match, and a finisher be a finisher. Not like, it took 8 curb stomps to take Cody Rhodes or whatever. Like where he had to jump off. Even if you want to do it, the curb stop off the turnbuckle, fine. Like if it needs to be some build to put, good Lord, it was just like finisher, kick out, someone else's finisher, kick out, his finisher again, kick out. And I'm just like, guys, this is hard to watch.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that, man. That match definitely was not one.
Oh God,
it was bad. For my brother. It was bad.
No, it was bad. It was a bad match. It took too long. It was overindulgent, and it also just shouldn't have been the main event.
No,
who gives a shit about the Crown Jewel title? Like, who cares? We see it once a year. Yes.
Yeah. So many bad things in that match.
Ugh. Yeah.
But also a lot of good stuff going on, man. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to keep things going. We have I can actually see if I got an answer back. We might have a new, let me see. So that would be, and I'm afraid Okay, so and we'll try to figure out. We might have a Halloween episode coming up, but it will be
Cool.
with somebody else. I just had a guest tell me that they would be able to make it for that one.
Wow,
But-
this is awkward.
Yeah. Unless I can try to do it earlier. I got to talk to him. But anyway, we will have more. We'll be back on a regular schedule now. We're excited to keep talking wrestling and keep seeing each other.
Absolutely, my man. Do you have anything coming up during the spooky season you could talk about, or?
Keep your eyes out there. It's something that Ryan has been nice enough to help me with. I might be able to talk more definitively about on the next episode, but I just don't want to put the cart before the horse. But I should have something next week that I'm very excited about, spooky season wise.
I
that
love
will
it.
Keep going beyond spooky season. So just keep your eyes peeled.
I love that, man. A little experiment, if you will.
Swish, nailed it. Come on.
Ryan
gets it.
Well, I am heading to London Comic-Con, so I'll be talking up somewhere in the ring. I'll be talking up somewhere in the skies. We are killing it over at Somewhere in the Skies. We got live streams every Sunday.
And crack that top 40. I saw that. Crack that top 40
baby.
Apple Pods, baby. That's right.
Number 38 on Apple Pods. So things are just flying high over there at the Flying Saucer HQ. But
awesome.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm doing a bunch of top 10, top 5 lists now over on the YouTube channel as well. So I just did top 5 alien abduction documentaries. And for Halloween, I just wrapped an episode. I'm doing the top 10 alien UFO themed horror movies. And
wow.
A blast, dude.
Ooh,
of course, I talked about
hear what your number 1 is going to be.
Ooh, yes. You'll have to see. But I did cover The Thing, which is a review that you, and Nicholas Westermeyer did. So that should be available very soon. Just check it out over at Somewhere in the Skies. But that's it, my man. I know you got to get out of here. But we will see you guys next week. Rate, review, subscribe on YouTube, do all that YouTube-y stuff. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts where it matters most. And I'm doing a new thing. This is going to be fun, man. On Spotify, you can leave comments on podcast episodes now. So what I want people to do, this is going to be a fun experiment. If you're watching or listening to this now, go over to this episode on Spotify, and in the comments, I want them to put a code word in. What should be the code word?
What should be the code word? Fun. Oh, man. Interim.
I love that.
Interim.
If you are listening to this episode on Spotify, yes, go to this episode right now, and in the comments, put the word interim. We will know that you watched and or listened to this episode. And we'll read it out. We'll shout you out in the next episode. So,
maybe write something other than interim too if you want to have a special message.
You don't have to just write the word like you're a psychopath.
But only the ones with interim in there. That's what gets read.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought this would be a little fun thing.
I think it's a great idea.
Somewhere in the Skies as well. So yeah. All right, buddy. That's gonna do it. Should we ring that bell and get out of here?
Let's ring it. Bring it on.
All right.
Werewolf. Nice. Just so everybody knows, I did a Macho Man ear cup, not a hobo.
Not the other guy.